Hello! Welcome to another Action Figure Stuff toy review. Today we are going to be looking at the S.H. Figuarts Jango Fett. He's a little older figure, about 2, 3, maybe 4 years old. Now, I'd like to start by saying I actually looked at a lot of reviews of this figure. And I was really scared to buy it. I do have a regular dealer that I deal with in Japan, and he was offering these figures at a very low price, about the same price as a Star Wars Black figure shipped from Japan. And so I really couldn't pass it up. And I honestly don't see why people dog this figure out so bad. It was a great figure. It was a fun figure to play with. I know his paint job, it's a little too clean, but as somebody who takes their figures out of the package and details them and stuff for dioramas and action figure photography, he just needs a little paint wash, a little bit of dirt, and he's better than the Black Series Jango Fett. His only downfall is his helmet doesn't come off. You could still buy a clone head off eBay and pop his head off and pop the head on if you really wanted to do that. But let's take a look at the figure and I'll explain to you why I think this is actually a pretty decent figure. Let's start by taking a look at the typical S.H. Figuarts box. Of course, it's the black box with the silver frame with the Bandai and the Tamashii Nations logo. Star Wars S.H. Figuarts written in gold print across the window. Let's look at the side view. Side view, nice picture of Jango Fett from the waist up. And then, of course, the rear view, shows different poses, shows accessories. But let's look at the figure itself. Now, to begin, this figure, he comes with 2 pistols, a grappling hook that you can either pose unlaunched or you can pose the grappling hook launched like you're shooting the cable to tie up Obi-Wan Kenobi. He comes with 6 extra hands, and he even comes with a different gauntlet piece to where you can pop his gauntlet out and have like razor blades popped into his gauntlet, like he's going to either gut somebody in the face or cut the line. With Obi-Wan on it. Let's look at a picture of him holding the guns, posed. Here he is, cowboy stance. Now, notice that there's no pistols in the holsters, but the picture before you saw the pistols in the holsters and 2 pistols on the ground in front of his feet. The pistols that are in his holsters are actually half pistols, and they pop out so you can make the appearance of empty holsters. Of course, I have him in they actually have a different trigger hand where you can actually have the finger in the trigger of his guns, but I posed him with the finger out hands, kind of like he's, standoff at the OK Corral, John Woo style, again, like I said, he's extremely clean. I'm not going to deny that. He's a very clean looking figure. So clean that he almost looks toy-like. But if you're one to do paint jobs on your figure, you can make this figure look fantastic. Next is a picture of him taking a knee. He's got the posability. He is an S.H. Figuarts figure, and he has the posability. He can take a knee. His arms can joint forward, joint back at the chest and elbow or chest and shoulder area. And of course, you can almost do a pull his arm back to touch the shoulder with the hand. Let's take a look at the back. There he is with his jetpack, taking a pistol pose like he's shooting somebody, and got the other one, up beside him. One disappointing thing is the targeting antenna on the helmet does not fold down. A little disappointing, but nothing big to complain home about. Here's one of the biggest things I was actually happy with, especially especially considering I did a review of my Mafex Boba Fett a while before this figure. Here's a picture of him at the arm. You'll notice the hoses. His hoses are actually rubber, and they tuck into his arm and bend with the arm. This compared to the Mafex Boba Fett, the Return of the Jedi Boba Fett, like the Mafex one, his hoses were made out of hard plastic, and I actually had to use a blow dryer and stretch them out to make them pose properly. These are made out of rubber. When you bend the arm, they bend. They're much more pliable, much more realistic feeling the way they bend and pose. Definitely worth looking at. I really have to say I don't understand why people dog this figure out. A lot of fans who do open their figures are like, oh, I prefer the Black Series over top the S.H. Figuarts Jango Fett. I've actually had the chance to hold I don't own one, but I've had the chance to play with a Black Series Jango, and I own this Jango now, and I much prefer the S.H. Figuarts. And especially considering since fandom has damned this figure, the price on it, even from overseas in Japan, is, you can't beat it. Shipped from Japan, I paid $24 for this figure. Like I said, that was shipped from Japan. And like I said, it was a brand new figure. It's not a bootleg. It's official. So, like I said, I'm giving this figure a 2 thumbs up. And if you have a chance to get one, I highly suggest you get one. The dealer that I deal with off of eBay as well as not off eBay is Mykombini, Mykobini. He has these for between 24 to 27 shipped from Japan, depending on what time of the week you look. Definitely pick one of these up if you are a photographer doing action figure photography. That's about it, guys. If you have any questions, make sure to check us out on our Facebook page, or you can email us. Information will be at the end of this video. If you have any questions, or you think we should be reviewing something that we aren't, let us know, and maybe a possibility we can help you out with that.